Are you a side hustler, entrepreneur, small business owner, and you're confused if you need to pay estimated payments to the IRS or not? Well, if you're confused, stick with us for a minute and we'll talk about it on the other side. What's up, everybody? Kamar Ellis here to help increase the financial IQs of everybody that wants to gain wealth and financial independence. Today, we're going to talk about an old video I did regarding estimated payments. I know, super duper boring. Nobody wants to talk about taxes, right? Wah, 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 wah. But guess what? I got a bunch of questions on the video I did a couple months ago, and so I'm here to answer them. So I decided to bring back the Ask Kamari segment or thing I do, right? Basically was answering anybody's financial questions. And if I couldn't answer it, I will bring in an expert to answer it. But I'm the expert in this case, and so I'm going to answer the question. So a couple months ago, I did a video about estimated payments when you are an entrepreneur, independent contractor, self-employed person, and how to avoid getting into trouble with the IRS and other various taxing agencies. So these were left on my YouTube video. The video is called Taxes, How Much Should Independent Contractors Pay in Estimated Taxes? And I'll put a link for it right here so you can go check it out. But Ashley asked the question, is it true if I don't expect to owe $1,000 in taxes or more that I don't have to send quarterly payments in? How does that work? I have a side hustle where I'm expecting to make $500 a month. Well, congratulations, Ashley. Anybody that's putting together a side hustle that's doing $500 a month, it's pretty good. It's actually excellent. Keep going. So the first part of your question, because you asked multiple questions, the first part of your question is typically people who owe less than $1,000 don't have to pay estimated taxes. That is correct. And I'm just reading from the IRS publication on estimated taxes, and it says, who must pay estimated taxes? Individuals, including sole proprietors, partners, and S corporations, shareholders generally have to make estimated tax payments if they expect to owe $1,000 or more when their return is filed. So you have until April 15th of 2020, because this video is being done in September of 2019, or whenever if you had to file an extension, whenever your extension is due. But I would say on the safe side and the planning side, to send a little something in just so you don't get caught with your pants down and owe the IRS a whole lot of money. All right. Next question. Elizabeth said, great video. Thank you, Elizabeth. I really liked how you explained it. Made it a lot easier. I'm planning on doing monthly payments to the IRS. That's what I recommended in the last video. Elizabeth is a champ because she's a winner and she's listening to me. I'm planning on doing monthly payments to the IRS, so I just sent in 20% of what I made in that month to irs.gov/payments and do my 1099 at the end of the year. I'm not sure what she means by and do my 1099 at the end of the year. That's if, of course, I'll keep track of my mileage. So I'll just say this, Elizabeth, you need to pay. It's good that you're paying estimated taxes per month because you won't get behind in them. It's easier to plan. If you're a little out of sync with your 1099 when you get it at the end of the year, you can catch up with it, especially if you're making payments throughout the year. You're probably, and I don't know if you work another job or not, but after you do all your expenses, mileage included, I don't know what kind of job you have or what kind of business you have, but mileage included, any of your deductions, office expenses, cell phone, home office expense, yada, 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 you might actually wind up getting a refund. So check back in with me and let me know what happens. All right. And the last one is Brooke. When I go to IRS/payments, irs.gov/payments, and it asks reason for payment, can you tell me which I should choose? Thanks so much. So when you go to irs.gov/payments, just put in the tax year. So it's 2019 this year. Put in making estimated payment for 2019. You should be able to do it. Just going off this off the top of my head since the last time I've seen it. You should be able to do it. If it doesn't have a section for estimated payments, just make a payment and put 2019 on there, and everything should work out fine. Make sure for all of you all who are sending payments into the IRS for estimated payments, make sure to include them in your upcoming tax return. I see sometimes people forget to add them in. And the IRS is usually pretty good about catching that mistake, and they will send you out a refund or adjust the amount you owe. But sometimes, we're talking about the government, it gets missed. So nobody can afford just to give, Uncle Sam free money. So make sure when you're preparing your tax return that you include it in the estimated tax portion or the line in your tax return. All right. So again, I'm Kamari Ellis. This is the Ask Kamari segment. If you have any questions for me, do me a favor. Text them to 484-278-1357. Again, 484-278-1357. Until the next session of Ask Kamari, I'll be out. Make sure you pay your estimated taxes. Oh yeah, one last question. If you are in business, are you paying estimated taxes? If so, leave a comment below. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.